A lot of it is building up the building blocks. That's a lot of fun. If you like Lego, you can do coding. It's fundamentally the same.
Are you qualified for your job? Well, I majored in international studies and, humanities not quite related to computer science, but through the PowerX training program, I'm a trainee, and next month I'll be a software engineer at an AI company. How I got interested in deep tech, it started way back in my uni days, where I did one class called Introduction to Computer Science in Java programming. That was me trying to code for the first time, and I really enjoyed how logically rigorous it was. The first thing I did right after graduating was to work for an info security company, and I was doing digital marketing. Our users are people who have websites and want to protect them, but I didn't know enough, and so I requested to change to a different department called product planning, which was a bit more technical, and it was still not enough. The way I would want to be involved in improving a technical product is to actually help build it and create new features. So after I left that job, I actually enrolled in a 9-week coding bootcamp to start off my journey transitioning into this field. Was it easy to find a job in the deep tech industry? In deep tech industries, they probably look for someone with deeper understanding of tech. For me, I was really looking mostly at startups who would be willing to give me a chance. Some told me that they would only hire people with computer science degrees for engineering roles, and I didn't quite fit. I was ready to actually put in about a year, do self-learning and perhaps do freelance projects to try to beef up my portfolio. And that was actually when I received a newsletter about the PowerX program, and it really surprised me because this was a program that was going to pay me to do training and also involved on-the-job training component, which would be really helpful in giving me some professional coding experience. If I were to take up the programs that I was planning to take up, that would set me back by about a 5-figure sum. Of course, it's a much better deal. So, what is deep tech? Deep tech basically utilizes cutting-edge technology, innovations in science to solve real-life problems. If you imagine going to an airport, you will always see all these X-ray scanners, right? There's someone sitting there looking at all these X-ray images of your messy suitcase, and they're trying to see whether there are dangerous objects inside. It's quite taxing, they might miss something, but for my team, we use AI to help identify these objects better, and so the human who's looking at these X-ray images can see the AI drawing some boxes around the dangerous objects. So in case they miss it out, the AI might help to catch it. So this actually helps the humans do their work better. Is deep tech for everyone? I think I'll get my mentor to answer this.
Hi, let me jump in. Deep tech is by its nature technical, which means that you have to be comfortable with complex ideas. And so I think that it is not necessarily for everyone, but I think that it will be separated on not on your capabilities, but on your interests. What I found is that if you go through the standard channels, you get standard strengths. Kaiying has added both her strengths from her international studies and her previous work in being structured, as well as having a more end-to-end interest in the area. She built herself a position in a team that is very hard to replace, and something that we wouldn't have been able to find in a different location.
That's really encouraging to hear. I mean, I would think that having a different background would be a drawback more than a plus, because that's what most people expect, like a room full of engineers who went through the same task.
It gets boring if everybody knows the same thing. The PowerX program has been excellent. It has been a gateway into a pool of talent that will be valuable to a deep tech startup like ours. Do you regret your career switch?
No. I got to try a lot of interesting things. It was very challenging, but I don't regret it. Whenever I tell my friends that I am a programmer and I switch from, other jobs, they tell me that it's something that they don't think they can do. And I guess it's because they think it is too different.
A lot of people are afraid of putting pen to paper and writing the first line of code. It seems very daunting when you first start, but coding languages are built to be neat. If you have a bit of logic, you'll get there fairly quickly. A lot of it is building up the building blocks. That's a lot of fun. If you like Lego, you can do coding. It's fundamentally the same. What I want to say is that perceived advantage that you see those people with a School of Computing bachelor is not nearly as significant as it might be, especially when the technology changes so quickly. The maturity of deep tech in Singapore is currently near its optimal point for getting into deep tech as a career decision. It is supported, it is growing, it is interesting. This is the right time, this is the right place to do it.